it's any and all range supports, right? Creates a really tough matchup for Braum. And also, he doesn't supply that main engage. It's mostly secondary engage. Of course, he can be that with Glacial Fissure, but would much rather drop that later on in fights or secondary.
They're just saying we're gonna FPX lost all confidence there. And even though Tarzan doesn't have Smite and Shadow has his coming up, it will not be a contest. And FPX just spooked themselves a bit. Andre the ropes here will be a good health chunk returned, though, afterwards, after they were able to get that big chunk. Now Shadow is forced to flash out. That's a big flash down. Pantheon loves to have his flash to initiate combat. Mega Death Rocket will go a little bit wide there. Some Care in trouble in mid lane. How did this happen? He is down. First blood to anyone's legend. It goes straight to Shanks.
Have a shift themselves, and looks like they're just going to drop this one.
Wow.
Take a free dragon. So we'll take the split, and we'll take the free dragon instead, which again can be valuable for them. At least they were able to use Grubs to get something else because they don't want the 5v5. They really want to play away from this composition. So FPX, again, the one better in the grouping and decently strong now. They're able to group up and force them off.
Also take the dragon. So AL falling asleep at the wheel a little bit here. Gonna lose out on 2 full objectives. That does go their way. Now Kyle completely on the wrong side of the tracks here. Shanks trying to get, that Grand Starfall was a little toughy. And Shanks getting a little bit low now. Gonna have to burn his flash. AL forced to run away. Tarzan just goes back in. Okay, this is a little wild. Crescent Guard went through. Flash out from him. Now Awesome goes through. Tarzan sacrificing his life here, trying to stay alive, but goes down to FPX. And I am very curious of what's going on my screen right now, Cubby.
He has no idea.
Oh my God, that was actually a charge, audacious charge of all time there. They did go get the 4th grub. Congratulations.
Him back to lane. And anyone's legend going to continue to try and play defense on the bot side.
They have to, though. This turret's getting a little bit low, and FPX forming around it. About to run out of the minion wave. Glacial at least going to be ready to go. It does end up getting used. Here comes the TP on the flank. FPX getting a little low. The Super Mega Death Rocket does go wide there, but Flandre finds one in the midst of all of it. And here comes Tarzan too. Shadow's left to his own devices. Sheer trying to take down Kyle. He's all by himself though, and all of AL turn to him as Kyle walks away. It is truly Santa Claus season in anyone's legend. They're dropping presents all over FPX.
I guess the Yorick TP was all they needed after all, as anyone's legend that played a lot of this game so far. People who, yes, he goes in, yes, he goes down, but that's what bought the time, bought the space and the health bars for the rest of anyone's legend to make a play and drive home now a small lead in their favor. Cleaned up that bot outer turret for his team, but not before anyone's legend took the bot outer in the replay. Now Shadow getting engaged on.
In a lot of trouble here. Crescent Guard going to block a lot of the damage back from Awesome, but Shadow will just go down. Hope gets excited, and it's starting to look like a setup party for him, as there was a Weaver's Wall used defensively by Care to get away from Shanks. Got the feats of strength off of those plays, and Shanks going to need to try to use this National Shoot to get away from Care. He's like, you just ran away from me, Care. Why are you back here?
Oh, nice move.
Runs into it. Gets away from the Void Seeker. What are these sidesteps from Shanks? Gets the kill back in the 2v1. And now Awesome. He's going to succumb to the might. That is Tarzan. That is the 3-talent strike. And that is anyone's legend.
And that gets anyone's legend. The 3rd dragon stops the soul stacking for FPX as they pick this one up and, again, solidify themselves 2K gold lead.
A little bit of an advantage. Definitely not the biggest smackdown that maybe we were expecting coming into this one.
A nice pairing here as, of course, Shanks can be aggressive or also throw that Emperor's Divide out to just peel for the Jinx. Always big. Speaking of ults being thrown out.
They're all going on to Hope. Hope is dead. Okay, they unleashed the entire package onto Hope, and Hope dies for it.
Yeah, honestly, a good catch from FPX. They burn everything and get Hope, who wasn't connected with his team, was trying to go
split number 1, but is a team that was right up there with top esports. And they're looking to return to that dominance here. A charge will go down in mid lane, take down that turret. So we get a little bit of that standing gold to buff up this lead to about 2,000 for anyone's legend. It is still FPX, though, looking for something in this mid lane.
FPX onus is on them to really pull, hit an objective, try and bring people in, speed up this game, but they just can't do it against anyone's legend already. You can see Flandre just trying to push Seer out of this lane entirely.
Oh, here comes Awesome. That's a lot of health damage. Flandre gonna be forced to flash and still gonna go down. Gets half health back, but still falls to Awesome. And that's the power of the Kaisa into these healthy targets. And we are on second items for everybody, it seems, coming into this fight. Dragon number 3 potentially for FPX to set them up on a soul point. As now Anyone's Legend trying to approach from this north side of the fight. The Dragon getting lower and lower, though. Shadow, it's going to be taken by the Super Mega Death Rocket. Jinx strikes again, denying the soul point from FPX and evening the Dragon score into a mid lane push that's going to get a tier 2.
These rockets from Hope really haven't connected so far this game. We've seen a lot go wayward, Mazel, but that's a big one, as that's going to deny the soul point. Really, FPX put everything in making sure they could find that dragon, and then Anyone's Legend, they just steal it, walk away. They had the fast track to mid, a TP top for Shanks, and this outer's down. So Anyone's Legend end up with everything after that last set of plays.
Yeah, I mean, they just got a snowball play there. Shanks trying to make it out. Gets the Atacon, but that's going to be the immediate play from Dway with the flash. And Shanks just got his entire team thrown, or his entire enemy team thrown at him. As that'll be all 5 members of FPX on top side starting up the Atacon. Here comes Tarzan out of base. Here comes the TP from Anyone's Legend. You got to think those resists are going to be a little bit low, but here you go. Trying to get into the fight, trying to get the steal again, but it goes the way of FPX now with GAs at their backs. The rebirth of the Phoenix is here, and they're able to choke back this deficit that they were developing against Anyone's Legend. Take an epic monster objective. Really feeling very confident here. They take a side lane turret now. That outer turret will fall. They're feeling pretty good now. All 3.
So, serious boys for FPX hasn't been that bad. They're going to try and go with the withdrawal still up.
Oh, they got the seismic shove on the Shanks. Shanks not going to get locked down, but the rest of AL are. Crescent Guard not enough. Tarzan falls. Here's the GA still going too for FPX. They get the reset coming through. They get the play on mid lane. They get the backs out of Anyone's Legend. FPX, they're close to taking the lead here.
Yep, there they are. They're off for the Baron. Baron almost dead. No smite for AL.
Yeah, I mean, that Baron's just going to go down. That goes the way of Care as well. Now the fight after. Shadow getting a little bit low. If Hope starts getting excited, though, that's the linchpin here for Anyone's Legend. The cleanse comes through, and here comes the autos. Hope is popping off again, just like last night against BLG. It might be the Baron going their way. The Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide, but it'll still be more kills going the way of AL as they almost clean everybody up, but Awesome and Care will still have the Baron buff.
Gonna have a little bit more strength and gonna use it right now as this inner turret will fall.
They just got the lead from AL, and unfortunately it will go back the way of Anyone's Legend after.
Or AL can respond. AL,
oh my god,
stopping this.
Not again, not again. That is soul point for FPX. That's actually really good, and I am so proud of FPX for some of their macro decisions we've seen so far. They've been really able to pull apart AL.
Yeah, they've been doing all right. Again, when you have 2 completely different styles going up against each other, like Onus is really on FPX to draw in the fight. It's been a nice game of cat and mouse here.
He's going to try to get the play on the Shadow now, though. Flandre going to speed away, but I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. Care coming over as well. Trying to get the kill back. Oh, my God. Go to the grave with me. Yorick ends up taking one with him, and that'll be the 1-for-1. AL not really able to get much elsewhere on the map. But
They're ripping the objective. This goes down really fast to a 0 Yorick. So they pretty much just gave this for Baron control. And I think that Baron, they've got to start this here. Yeah, Shadow has, but the team's a little bit late. They're going to wall him off and try and burst it down.
But the wall's just going to go down here soon. I mean,
think
it doesn't
they get
stay
it
up.
in time, though. That's a Fed Kaisa.
Oh, Tarzan's going to get in the pit. No, he doesn't get it. The Shadow secure of the Baron. But afterwards, this fight is looking like it's going to go AL's way. Sheer goes down to Hope. He's going to go zombie mode. You got to stop him. Flash play from Tarzan. Not going to get him, but Care gets flashed on by Hope. Hope almost gets obliterated by the rocks, but doesn't end up hitting the zap. See if Kyle can get in range here. Baron minions the speed up as Talia gets along the wall. Tarzan gonna try to chase him down. He does end up getting the connection. The turret play, or the turret shot's gonna be enough to help Tarzan secure that one. The full might of the Phoenix onto this tier 2 turret. It'll fall quickly and justly as Flandre is looking at his own rebuttal on the bot side of the map, but gonna get instant TPs back. Bodies on them. Maybe they just try to start this one up again. Both teams have a lot of attack damage. A lot of setup care going for the wall off. They're going to try to burn it. The wall's still there. The dragon going down. They got to get in the pit. Tarzan's going to be too late, and it's already gone the way of FPX. Massive three-man Pop Blossom and the Grand Starfall here on the back line. Awesome. FPX, they might find it. Shanks gets the reset on the fight from the Emperor's Divide. AL, it's still going to be their difference. AL, though, awesome. He's on full build, and he's going massive. Flandre gets shut down by Flandre, who in the midst of it all, with his maiden at his back, is trying to stave off the fires of the Phoenix. That's going to be a couple quills, and that's going to be a massive team fight win by FunPlus Phoenix.
Before he's able to get close to even being able to smite, and that Hex Soul now on the shoulders of FPX, this chance to win, it feels like we haven't really talked about this yet, Mazel, but it feels real now that they have Hex Soul on their shoulders. The rocks, the Qs, the slows, everything. The value of Taliyah is so big. FPX has been using this champ a lot so far as they're burning this. Sitting behind the Taliyah, who is chunked out, but Baron's gone.
It just goes down, and FPX get out again. AL, they are getting completely duped by this FPX team. Two in the bot side trying to answer this multi-lane push by FPX.
Again, as long as the inner turrets fall, it's okay here for anyone's section.
Like, how is Hope not full build yet?
I mean, again,
I don't understand.
A lot of kills and shutdowns were in Awesome's pockets. He's made good use of them. As I still think it's really hard for FPX to break these inhibitor turrets, even with the Hex Soul. Still think there are elements of their comp that are hard and get outscaled as Shadow's the look now.
Oh, Winter's Bite does go wide. Glacial Fissure will be used, but this is trouble for Flandre as he's going to be engaged on the other side. Now it's everybody coming in. Grand Starfall, Pop Blossom on 2, and FPX, they're fighting tooth and nail in this one. They've already got the trade down as well. Care is getting low. Shanks now with that scaling, but it's not going to matter. Shadow is still alive this entire time.
Shanks
finally goes down. Shanks is pumping now, but it's not nearly going to be enough. The flash out. Shadow going low. That GA. It's not going to be enough. No, the burn. Shanks still alive, but the base is the target. And FunPlus Phoenix, they have fully gone flame on as game 1 goes their way. Care looking like he's going to be piloting that. Obviously, we still have a little bit of time to swap Arunis, but I do like the Ziggs Nautilus bot lane, so we'll see if they do end up wanting to switch that around.
It's netted him both crabs from the looks of things here. But Kyle is rotated to try and prevent this, and Flandre is staying.
Okay, yeah, Kyle just looking for it. Care in a 1v1 against Shanks in the middle of it all. That's going to be the flash, and then Dash coming through. Flandre makes his name known in mid lane, and that steadfast presence was massive. Right around the corner, we have a move from Care, who just hit level 6 as well.
Got the wave in.
Could be a big play.
Kyle's here, has Hex Flash. He's not spotted yet.
Shadow gets the first one. That will be smote away, though, so Tarzan still has the advantage to get the next one, unless he just wants to try to clean one up. The reset is there, but the other one didn't reset, so that means FPX get 2 of them as well, and gonna collapse onto the third.
They did rotate Awesome here, so they brought numbers, bully ball them off the grubs, and the good start continues for FPX. Can't invest it either, so even though AL has lanes that can be fine, the push is not theirs, and we saw FPX take nice advantage of that early on. That said, with all the plays being made over towards the grubs and the top side, Shadow gonna drop that first dragon and make sure that Poppy misses some waves top instead. So trying to take some economy off of Flandre, who might be under threat if he shows he's going.
He stepped back up. This might be some trouble. As the Keeper's Verdict going to be used against Shadow out of that one, but Glacial Prison is available for him. Just going to let it loose and let it go. FPX find the pick on a Flandre in top lane.
Plans make some plays in these 2 games so far, Mazel. Seen Shadow be good with that early direction. We'll see if it continues here as the overload's coming in for FPX. Again, they have 3 grubs, and we talked about the lack of wave clear for AL. Could hit Flandre here, who's still down flash. Tarzan here to cover, but that's a lot of damage.
Charge onto 2. Flandre's in trouble. Mega Inferno bomb, 3-man impale into the 3-man headbutt pull from Kyle as they get the cleanup kill on Awesome. It might still be health bar diff, though, as it's now Kyle getting low. Shanks going into the fight, looking for a big perfect execution, going for the kill on a Shadow, and gets clean ups there for AL. as Hope was trying to push back in a mid lane. That changed things in this fight. Heartsteel completed for Shadow. He's here for the grub fight. Sheer, in trouble at topside. Gonna flash really well at that engage from Kyle. That first grub did go the way of AL there, but I think the other two gonna go the way of FPX, and they're gonna be on full 5 grubs with this demolition comp. That's massive too.
Yeah, I couldn't contest anymore. A satchel charge also knocks Skarner into him, and now Awesome with no sums. Oh, never mind. He flashes away from Kyle, but he's stuck.
He is stuck. He's going to be in trouble. He gets headbutt back to the team, but Shanks didn't have any cooldowns for him. Tarzan going to drag way to the icy depths there, but the dredge line does buy a little bit of time. Not enough, though, and here comes AL. They're flexing their muscles. That game 1 was just a fluke, and they find multiple kills on top side.
Yeah, and I think for me, eyes on Shanks, your early Rocket Belt on Akali and Sork Shoes at this point of the game. Again, the CC trying to slow down Akali, kind of lacking. Real chance for Shanks to be big. As at the moment, he's not here for the fight, and there's no TP. I think that's might be why we see Anyone's Legend really sacking this one. As FPX going to take that one for themselves pretty easily, and we have a Cloud Soul spawning on the Rift.
The Rift Herald and AL will take this neutral.
Yeah, it's going to be enough just to grab it, as looks like we're going to get a swap of the side lanes, too. That said Care. Oh, he's TPing right back. They want to fight. Okay, I thought they were going to sack and go bot. Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye, Shadow. You don't get to play in that fight.
Like, their game state's really good right now. If it wasn't FPX, we would be really concerned for AL at the moment, right?
That makes the biggest difference, though, I will say. A track record is important. A lot used on a Flandre, and he gets out of there. A home run double base hit. I don't know. It's going to be all the moves from Flandre as Tarzan is now looking at getting caught by the rest of FPX. We're going to catch Sway anyways. Turret going down. Flash from... Oh, no. That's one of the definite flashes you want back by Sheer. They will still get the kill on a Tarzan, and now Care maybe looking for resets here on his own angle. Won't end up getting that full explosive charge setup, but the Demolition Crew, they've decided they're going mid, and they're looking to implode that turret.
This turret's gone. I think it's time to panic.
I don't know. I don't know. Yep. Oh, it's close. Flandre getting out of there now, and FPX scooping up some decent gold, taking the lead in this game.
I'm trying to contest this, because if you play away from this, I just think that over time, your comp gets so much bigger and better. As Shanks at the moment.
Oh, Sheer and Care, they've overextended a little bit. Now they get the flash play out, and Care's just going to go down now, and the rest of FPX, they fall prey to AL just standing there, looking menacing.
All their ults up. There was no ult on Shadow. Jouet didn't have ult when he went down. So, like, why walk into this and the meatballs when AL were going to be there first and set up? I think that playing elsewhere, again, just playing for more economy and trying to set up, like, why are you walking in? There's no reason.
No rhyme, no reason. FPX don't need it. They're going to keep going. Sheer is just in there, too. TP coming in as well from Care. Trying to get Kyle. Maybe it's the best lane play. It's double and Pale. Sheer's on the back line, though. Maybe it's just enough. Look at Sheer pop the hell off right now. The rest of his team, though, is in a little bit of trouble. Wallbang doesn't come through. Care getting some pop shots out of Flandre. Sheer doesn't end up following through, as Shanks did come through with 2.5 items now. And after all is said and done, AL will take that dragon.
Yeah, and he's got all backups, and no way you can walk in. But again, like, as FPX, why are you fighting that? You scale so hard. Again, AL have control, and I think Anyone's Legend just really took advantage over mistakes from FPX, fighting at a timer where they didn't have cooldowns, the scaling in the game. There's in the world to go behind it. So I think that's really where the big difference is.
We have seen some sketchy decision-making from FPX here. Now they're going to try to commit onto this topside play, engaging with the Mega Inferno Bomb, and they get Hope. Hope is down. A 3-man impale yet again. Kyle trying to get the headbutt pulve combo. Tarzan still kicking. Big blast cone out there, but Flandre has come to join the fight. Now maybe overextending. Public execution goes wide from Sheer. Dashes into the stun of the Steadfast Presence. And here comes Shanks at AL around the horn. Aki here with this Kali. He picked it 3rd in the draft here, too, as Flandre is going to take an outer turret, matched on the other side of things by FPX and Sheer.
On account started, though, AL going to try and get a fight.
It's already halfway.
Yeah, awesome. just burned his ult coming up here for Shadow and Jouet here in a sec.
Ooh, double headbutt pull into the Chains of Corruption. Care with a massive buster shot. Now Shanks on the back line. Impale coming through at AL. It seems like they can do no wrong. In the choke point, in the moment, it is anyone's legend that eviscerate FPX. Back onto the Atacon they go, and this is the anyone's legend that we expected to see.
It is, but again, as AL, you're playing that fight without Sheer. The setup wasn't there. AL did a really nice job of getting vision, getting control. FPX, like, if they traded out the second dragon for something, you would have had control over that Otacon where AL won the fight because they had full control over it. I feel like that's really the crux of where they lost so much of their tempo and pace in the game and really hurt them against a team like AL who have taken full advantage of those mistakes.
They absolutely have. And now a small but steady lead developed by AL. Baron take as well, but actually we're looking at a bit of a potential side lane play now onto Shanks. You wonder if they want to commit for it. Oh my god,
that's valuable.
I mean, a little bit. I'd say that's pretty valuable there, as Tarzan's gonna run straight at Care, and Flandre's here too. Double Impale into the combo, and Shanks just gets to have his pick of the litter of who he wants to eliminate. That'll be a couple quick kills going the way of AL, and Hope will help clean them up. Kyle found Shadow on the back end of things, but this game is starting to get out in front of FPX. They did end up leaving Care by himself on the bot side of the map. A couple pings coming out to the Baron, but that's a full side lane turret going to the demolition squad of FPX.
Jouet trying to make some progress, and FPX seeding mid, going to try and play through bot to enter this is Kyle.
But nobody can follow, and now, I mean, you're just pulling the trigger on a play that was never going to work for you, FPX.
One shot.
They're completely split apart. They just get taken out. Like,
Shadow can't Q there.
I appreciate it.
FPX could have advantage late, not being executed close enough to the threshold at all to even consider them having a lead. It's been better setups and better executions from AL since that second dragon.
It has indeed. It might not look like that much of a lead, but it is definitely being felt on the Rift.
He's taking control.
I might be losing my mind too watching FPX here, but it is a little bit of a circling from AL, who look to try to put the finishing touches on this fight. Jouet just completely caught out as Hope takes him down, and that is right to the Baron, or actually to the red buff for anyone's legend.
Waiting for his prey to enter.
Yeah, he's just waiting for somebody to walk in the mouth. It's like a Venus flytrap at this point. Kyle getting a little bit low, not going to give the reset over to Care. Baron does go the way of AL versus game number 2 now. It's just like they used all of their efforts on that game number 1, and now we're getting the culmination of it. As Shadow getting caught out as well. Flash play onto Awesome, and he is down to Hope, and Shadow's going to quickly join him too. Easy does it for AL as they're looking to even up this series.
I really feel like FPX beat themselves on this one. Like, you reverse time over to that second Drake, and you give that over to AL. I think that your game state is so much better than it is now. It even wasn't that bad, but it looks bad because FPX, they're just getting outplayed across the map by anyone's legend, who have played this map so much better as a team and really punished FPX as anyone's legend end up finding the win here in game 2.
It is going to be an almost 7,000 gold lead going into this final push here. Sheer, not nearly the piece to the puzzle that FPX were looking for. And as those pieces get burst into flames, Sheer will be the final one to go down. And that will be 3 kills going the way of Shanks to finish it off. The confident Akali is going to even up the series for anyone's legend and go 1-1 in this best of 3. Do you like the Aurora matchup into the Gnar?
It will make it so that the Gnar Rise can win their respective side lanes hard. I think that AL really, again, needs to play hard with the grouping and then really make sure that Hope and Kyle get a lead in this bot side. Yeah, I mean, Sheer's been really willing to blind the Gnar as the flash comes in from Kyle. The root could not stick to Awesome thanks to the Q stun from Jouet. And that delays the Dragon take, Mazel. So it's not going to be a trade from Tarzan. Instead, he goes for the look, gets spotted. So just first neutral going over to FPX. Not worth, so was hanging on to it. No better target found, no trigger pulled, and now, okay.
Shanks just literally cannot move his champion, and the 4th shot goes through. Care cleans it up afterwards, and FPX get first blood.
And Shanks could not be on that wave, and a good find from Jue with the roam from Awesome as the reunited duo for this split finds a kill and gets FPX on the board first.
FPX would be the first dragon of the game about 10 minutes in. Realm Warp coming through. Kara takes it. Go. What the heck was that use of the mechanics? You love to see it. Kara going to flash immediately over because he realizes he's in trouble. Tarzan takes down Shadow, and that's the big piece to the puzzle. Hope gets another one, and AL have just pounced on FPX. She is way too late to this fight as the dragon will go over to the absolute legends.
I mean, Kara, he was halfway through the realm warps and halfway through the wall, so he got on the other side. But the back half, Kyle lived, and anyone's legend just run the fight. Frankly, I got to get a second look at that one.
They are going to go for it now.
Should be given.
There was no answer. Tarzan to come over pretty late.
It's waves first.
Should go down.
Yeah, they need to fix the waves first. They really don't want to fight. They just want to force them out by waves and pressure, and they do so successfully, but still one snagged by Shadow. That Vi has the R up. That's enough to get them off.
And getting the 2 grubs is going to be nice. The denial of the 6, I think, is the more important aspect of that here. And we are now to a point where mid lane is going to be the contested setup for
4 grubs to do. FPX is up in that, but
doesn't matter.
AL just able to beat them to it, and that locks down Feats.
Get completed before this fight. AL trying to make a collapse play on the Care right now. Between Worlds comes through. Flandre gets Care down about half health. Realm Warp there. Lockdown. CC chain, and Tarzan gonna clean that kill up here. Big pick by AL before the dragon.
Now that's not just for the chip damage against the Rise. That's going for the kill. And not responding with the Realm Warp of your own. It came out way too late, so he loses the cooldown and his life and the dragon for his team. Big mistake from Karen. A great pickup from Tarzan and anyone's legend.
Unfortunately, faltering in this one. Now into that bot lane. Turret goes AL. Try to take more standing gold. Rift Herald did end up getting taken by FPX and Shadow, so they'll recoup a little bit of something. Look to see if they want to use that in mid or top to take down those standing turrets.
Imagine Sheer. Pretty happy that he's going to find Shanks yet again, but does need to take this down now. As he's about to pop again. Gonna have to think about what he's going to do with this next wave.
I think the okay, I was gonna ask or like wonder if second items were actually gonna come through for Shanks. He did complete the Rift Maker now as well.
Oh, he's going.
He's very big, and he wants to get into the fight. Here comes the rest of AL though. Look at Tarzan, gets the Lynch onto him, and a Linchpin at least of the team is gonna be around again. And Dragon will go the way of AL in the end, so that will be soul point considered for anyone's legend.
FPX, they don't stop the Galio, and Jue goes in on his own. I will say that these front to backs that AL's been finding, like the value of the Karma Ezreal, like the lack of leads in the points of the game where you would imagine that FPX can be stronger, it's adding up to stuff like this now as Hope just deletes Awesome in the mid lane.
Bye-bye, Awesome. Gonna have to take a little time out there, buddy. About 30 seconds to go on that one. Oh, Jue now ends up taking the engage on Tarzan. There's a lot being used here. Heroic entrance in, and Jue is just going to die. No, Sheer gets a big Megadar ult, and Tarzan goes down. Now it's FPX's rebuttal time. Shadow tries to get the reset there. Is going to have to back away. Hope has rounded the corner, and Hope has come for FPX as they get the big pop shot onto him. And that's going to be a kill going the way of Flandre.
Kicks into the back half as... Man, again, Care without a lead on this Rise. He looks so vulnerable to the poke being thrown out by AL here. It is now Awesome again under threat.
He just got back, man. Oh. He's even stunned in the camera right now. I'm the same way, bro. Now as well as Dragon does end up spawning. Catch on the Care. Boy. Tarzan trying to find him. True Shot Barrage going to be flashed out of. The rest of FPX signaling the retreat, but Tarzan got the solo bolo, and now gets the rest of the engage from all of AL coming on to FPX. Oh, Sheer is going to have to jump out of that one. Massive pick by Tarzan onto Care.
And mid tower falls because the waves were so much better for anyone's Legend 2, and for how competitive Game 1 was and Game 2 looked at times, this game has felt anything but competitive as Mountain Soul easily secured for AL. They've not been under any threat in these fights. Easily punished by AL and making this game look not competitive at all.
Questioned what they would look like in this Ascend group. We're starting to get some of our answers. Still a lot left to play, as we said, for this team throughout this split. But right now in this game, it's seeming all she wrote is AL, as they do take a couple of quick kills off of that one. Shadow is gone. Dway is gone. Shears trying to sidestep off of Flandre, but Flandre putting down his hold. Prodigy, as Care is also just going to fall. And massive double kill from them. Flandre is going to find that extra pick too. And that's the push in the mid lane with the Baron buff of plenty. AL putting themselves at the tippy top of the LPL.
I mean, it was a competitive start to the series, but not a very competitive finish. AL, nice draft and good play here in this game 3 to make it look like it was easy against FPX, but a little bit of a scare here in game 1. Didn't play their comp out the best. Do drop a game, but still end up taking the series.
GG's, a 2-1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.